pretend that you're just dancing. You're Michael Jackson.
Good evening. I know some of you are working, but some of you might be finding a job. We, we, we all know that before getting a job, we have to pass an interview. Okay, now imagine yourself walking into your first job interview. You're feeling nervous or maybe a little bit sweaty, and you start to forget what are you going to talk. But don't feel panic right now because I'm going to talk about how to survive a job interview. Job interview is not only a first step to get a job, but also is giving your first impressions to the interviewer. Therefore, it is important. Since then, the person who will conduct the interview, he or she will start to look up for your personality, educational background, competency, and of course your preparations. Um, Remember that interview usually only lasts half hour, so we have to give a good impression for the interviewer in a short time. First, your success in the interview depends on your level of your preparations. To prepare an interview, you should research the company's profile and background. Start by looking into their future goals and plans. Conducting the interview with this in mind will make you seem like a good long-term investment. You should also be ready to talk in depth about the industry, the organization, and the position you are going to apply for. You should also learn your interviewer's name and job position before going to the interview. You may need to call the companies to find out. Also, know as much about the companies as possible. You can't change your employment history or your qualifications, but you can work harder than every other applicant by being supremely knowledgeable about the companies. Use the company's website, their annual report, newspaper, and business web business business magazines article to gather as much information as you can. Second, think of questions to ask your interviewer. Participating actively during the interview gives a good impression of your level of interest in the job. It's a good idea to come prepared with at least 3 thought-provoking questions to ask your interviewer. Avoid asking questions that could be easily answered through a quick internet search. For example, you may ask which a new market the company is planning to explore in the next couple of years. Ask questions that inflate your interest in future prospects. Also, asking questions to bond with the interviewer and project your enthusiasm. Inquire about his or her position and background, or how long he or she has been with the company. Interview is not only to see how well you prepare, but also your performance while the interview. Let me talk about how to use this opportunity to get on an employer's good side. First, show courtesy to everyone during the interview. This means everyone from the reception staff to interviewer. You never know who has input in the hiring process, and you can only make a first impressions once. Speak clearly and always say please and thank you. Make sure the people you talk to during the interview can make out what you are saying. Talking audibly with good pronunciation tell people you are confident, while good manners tell them you are considerate of other people. Second, keep things simple and short. Talking about yourself can be difficult to do well. You are trying to convince someone you don't know that you are qualified for a position without sounding too cocky or pompous. Stick to what you know well and keep things short and sweet. Don't criticize your former employer. When you are talking about your past experience, be courteous about your former place of employment. Be honest about your experience, what you like or dislike, but don't indict your former boss. All in all, having a good preparation is a first step to get your job. You have to give a good impression to your interviewer. Tell him or her you are the best person to work for this job. Be yourself, don't panic while the interview. Show your confidence to the interviewer. Now, I believe you're ready to your job interview. Thank you.